This is a bunion taping technique, so particularly if you're getting some bulging through the knuckle of the big toe, your big toe's drifting across the foot, commonly seen in more senior ages or turf athletes as well. This can also really help if you're getting sort of ligament type pain in through the outside of the inside of the big toe rather. Pretty good method for pretty much any kind of big toe pain. So what you're going to do, get yourself a piece of tape, relatively thick because you're actually going to split it in half for a little bit of the tape. So coming through, and you're going to come down to roughly about the mid-length of the foot. Sometimes you can sort of loop it around the back. If you're going to be wearing shoes and you're going to be running through it, particularly for athletes, it's a good idea to do that method. So I'll show you that one today. But generally, if you're just wearing it for a bit of extra support, you can stop it a little bit shorter as well. And that way, you're less likely just to get skin irritation and that sort of thing. So, fairly long piece of tape. You're basically measuring from sort of just below the top of the big toe and just making sure it comes down and wraps a little bit around behind the heel there. From there, you're going to rip it down the length of the tape. Sometimes that can be a little bit tricky. Generally get really close fingertips together and rip quick. Makes it a bit easier. Otherwise, just get some scissors and cut it. It's a lot easier. So from there, the V where the tape split starts to connect again goes at the base of the big toe. You're going to wrap one strand around one side, wrap the other strand around the other. Trying your best not to crinkle it up too much. A little bit of crinkling will happen here naturally anyway, but just trying your best not to crinkle terribly much. From there, you're going to add a little bit of tension, pulling as you lay the tape down, pulling back towards the heel, and you can see there already that toe has started to drift backwards. Lay it down, making sure again the tape is relatively smooth, or as smooth as you can get it. We've probably got a little bit too much crinkling through here, but for demonstration purposes, it will be fine. Now you can also see that the toe is sort of getting pulled down a little bit. If you have a little bit of arch pain, that's fine, leave it there. If you don't have any arch pain, you can add a second tape. So a little bit shorter this time. Still the split down the center. But this time you're going to come with the center point a little bit more towards the top of the toe. Same thing, wrap around. Trying to make sure there aren't too many creases. And just a little bit of tension there. Not too much, you don't want the toe sticking right up in the air. And again, trying to limit the amount of creases as best you can. Just relax your foot there. So if the toes relatively line up with each other when the foot's relaxed, pretty good. You just want a gap between the big toe and the second toe. That's going to help realign the bones of the foot there and take pressure off that joint and make it feel more comfortable.